Hello students, today we are going to discuss about computer hardware components. So what are the hardware components which are present in a computer? Already you have know some of the hardware parts or hardware components of a system like keyboard, mouse, printer, scanner, speaker. So some of the input devices and some of the output devices. The lesson is given, they have explained some internal components and some external components, so that we will discuss in this session. So first, in this lesson we are going to discuss about anatomy of computer, then internal and external hardware. So the hardware parts which are present internally means inside and externally means outside. So internal and external hardware parts, hardware components, then input, output and storage devices. What are the input devices, what are the output devices, and what are the storage devices we use for while using the system. Basic anyhow, I hope you know this, what is input, what is meant by input, what is meant by output, what is meant by hardware, what is meant by software. Okay, I am not going to discuss those points because so that is second, third standard, fourth standard concept. Okay, now you are in 7th standard. I hope you know that points. Computers are machines that perform specific tasks according to a set of instructions or programs. See, computers perform the work, perform the task according to the instruction. So that instruction is given by whom? So that instruction is given by programmer. Okay, programmer gives the instruction or user give the instruction, so according to that instruction, so that computer works. Now if you want to make addition of two numbers, so in that case you have to pass two values along with addition sign, so then only it processes the data and it displays the answer, addition of two numbers. Instead of so that addition sign, if you press some other signs, you are not going to get a result because you have given wrong instruction. So when you pass the wrong instruction, obviously you are going to get wrong result. It performs simple calculations to complex calculations. Computers perform simple calculations to complex calculations, means simple, from simple addition to, so all the types of complex sums, so complex problems can be solved by using the computer. So these computers are used everywhere. You can see wherever you go, everywhere, so computers are getting used. It become a need in every sphere of life. So now we cannot imagine the life without a system. So one is a system is computer. So one is system, another one is mobile. So we can't imagine. So if we don't have these two devices, mobile and system, it is very difficult. Got it? Because so our work has been reduced because of these devices. So now point comes hardware and software. So what is hardware? Hardware is nothing but physical component of a computer which we can touch and feel are known as hardware. So usually the parts which you can see and which you can touch, so that is all hardware. Got it? For example, keyboard you can see and you can touch it. Mouse you can see or you can touch. Speaker, printer, scanner, joystick, many are there. So that physical components you can see and you can touch, so that is all hardware. So next point is software. Software is a set of programs which controls the internal operations of a computer. So software is a program, so that program controls internal operation. So whatever the operation means, whatever the work is going on in a system, so that work will be controlled by software and instructs a computer about the work to be done. So what work to be done, so that instruction will be given by the software. Software gives that instruction. So what work has to be done. For example, Microsoft Word, Unix, VLC player, the media player, plenty are Word, Excel, PowerPoint. So those are examples for software. Now internal hardware. The hardware components that are installed within the CPU cabinet are called internal hardware. So usually in a CPU, so many components are connected, so that we can't see that. So that is present, that is inside the CPU. So the components which are present inside the CPU, so which are installed inside the CPU cabinet, so that is all internal hardware. For example, CPU, RAM, ROM, disk drives, motherboard, network card, sound card, then video card, SMPS. So many parts are attached inside the CPU. That is all internal. Internal means inside. So inside the CPU, so these parts are present. So that is all internal hardware. External hardware, the components which are attached to the computer externally are called external hardware. So just opposite of internal, the components which are present outside. Okay? So that is all external components, external hardware. So that parts, that components are present, so that is attached outside. Okay, so these are also called as peripherals. So these external hardware are also called as peripherals. So these peripherals can be divided into three categories: input devices, output devices, and storage devices. So these peripherals, these hardware components can be divided into three categories. One is input device, second one is output device, and third one is storage devices. Now internal hardware. So what are the hardwares which are present inside the CPU cabinet? So that is all internal hardware. So first one is motherboard. The motherboard is the main circuit board of a computer that holds the most essential components of the computer system. So this motherboard is the main part. So in that, so all the connections of a system have been attached on this board. So this is the main circuit board. So this board controls overall function of other parts which are connected to the system. So that is motherboard. A motherboard is mounted inside the CPU. So that is present inside the CPU cabinet, and it connects CPU, memory card, hard drive, optical drive, video card, sound card, and other expansion cards directly or via cables. So on a motherboard, plenty of cards connected. So some cards are directly placed on that motherboard, and some components connected with the cables. Okay. A motherboard mainly contains processor chip. So processor is placed on a motherboard, and second one is BIOS. BIOS means basic input output system. So that BIOS, then memory chips, external storage controller for video display and sound, expansion slots for connecting additional circuit boards. So external storage controller, so externally what we are connecting, so that connection directly given to the motherboard, and some expansion slots means if you want to expand some more peripherals, in that case that is also directly connected. So that is there at the backside of a CPU. So that expansion slots, so directly by connecting we can access that. Second one is PCI. PCI means peripheral component interconnect. Keep it in your mind. So peripheral component interconnect. So it serves as a connection between a computer motherboard and any connected hardware. So this PCI, so it serves the connection between the motherboard and other connected hardware. So that is the work of PCI. So next one is sound card. So sound card is a hardware component that is fixed either in an expansion slot or on the motherboard. So now in a laptop and all, so that is directly fixed on the motherboard. Okay, and now most of the CPUs comes with the inbuilt sound card, or only old systems we used to place that sound cards externally, but nowadays almost all the sound cards are placed on a motherboard. So by internally that is present on the motherboard. It controls input and output of the sound signals. This sound card controls the input and output of the sound signals. Okay, if you do not have the sound card, then you cannot hear a sound from the system. Okay, the sound card converts the digital data to sound and vice versa. So digital data to sound and sound to digital data. So that is the work of sound card. So sound cards converts that data from digital to sound and sound to digital. So next hardware is video card. The video card is an expansion card that is used to generate the video output to a display screen such as monitor, TV or projector. Now if you are getting the output on a monitor or a projector or on a TV, so that is because of video card. If you do not have the video card, so it is not possible to get the output on those devices. It is also known as graphics card. So this video card is also known as graphics card. Video card is used to enhance the quality of the displayed image. So this card is used to enhance in the sense to make it more it's like make it more advanced, you can say. Otherwise, see, when we play so high resolution graphics games and all, so in that cases, so this card plays very important role. Otherwise you cannot play that high resolution games so without this video card. So next is CPU. The full form of CPU is Central Processing Unit. It is the main unit of a computer. See, this CPU controls overall activity. It is alternatively referred to a microprocessor. It's like micro. It controls all the instructions it receives from hardware and software running on a computer. So this CPU controls all the instructions. So whatever the instructions are coming from the input and output devices and the softwares which are running on a system, so that all the instructions it receives and it controls. So that is the work of CPU. So there are mainly three components of a CPU. MU means memory unit, second one is ALU, arithmetic and logic unit, and third one is control unit. So this memory unit stores all the data and instructions, and arithmetic and logic unit performs the arithmetic and logical calculations, and control unit controls all the components which are connected to the system. So that is this three main components of a CPU. Next is RAM. RAM means random access memory. So this is see, usually where we use this RAM while when system gets load. So when we start the system, in that case all the files from secondary storage devices, it gets loaded to RAM, random access memory. It is a primary memory. Whatever information we enter in the computer goes into RAM and remains there until the machine is working. For example, now if you are working, if you are typing, still you have not saved that file, but you are continuing that work. In that case, so that information what you are typing, so that all the information gets stored in a RAM. So when you save that file, automatically that information gets transferred to the secondary storage devices. Or for example, if power goes in between, so then also you are going to lose the information from this RAM. So it is a temporary memory. Okay, so automatically when we turn off or if system gets off directly, in that case, so that memory becomes empty. Next is ROM, read only memory. So read only memory, it reads the information, means the files which are required to start the system, so that all the information is stored in ROM. Okay, so ROM stands for read only memory. It is a type of memory from which we can only read information but cannot write on it. So from the ROM only you can read. When you start the system, that information is reading, but we can't write anything in that place in a ROM. Okay, there are three types of ROM. So PROM, EPROM and EPROM. Okay, that is the three types of ROM. Next is the disk drives. Disk drives means the storage devices in a system. In a hard disk, when we format the system, we create the partitions. So local disk C, local disk D, local disk E. So that is all disk drives. Okay, so in that is the place our information is going to store. So when we connect a pen drive, another drive is going to display in that my computer, in that system. Disk drives are of several types, such as hard disk drive, CD drive, DVD drive. Okay, means that is the storage location. So in that place, that information is storing. The most commonly used disk drive is the hard disk drive. So hard disk is the most common, and it is having huge storage capacity. We can store plenty of information in that hard disk. Next is SMPS. SMPS means switch mode power supply. Okay, that is the full form of SMPS. It is essential for safe running of power consuming electrical and electronic appliances. So this SMPS is required because we do not know the voltage, means sometimes we get high voltage, sometimes we get low voltage. In that case, this SMPS controls that voltage. Got it? So from whenever variation happens in a power, so it controls. So this SMPS regulates and controls that voltage by switching the load current on and off. Next is modem. The full form of modem is modulator and demodulator. So modem usually we use to connect our system with the internet. So what is the work of modem? Modem converts digital signal to the analog signal and analog signal to the digital signal, because computer generates digital signals and this telephone line generates analog signals. So in between, this modem works as a mediator. So the signals which are coming from the system as a digital, so that will be converted in the form of analog and it transfers, and when signals comes to the system, automatically that analog signals will be converted in the form of digital signals. So now don't worry what is analog, what is digital and all. Okay, that is the different concept. Next is ports. Ports means that points. A computer port is a slot on the motherboard that acts as a point of connection between a computer and an external device. So that is a point. So that is a place we are going to connect external devices. Okay, with that by using that ports. For example, you connect your pen drive. You are connecting that pen drive, so that place is called as a pen drive port. You connect a sound pin, so that is sound port. You connect VGA cable, so that is VGA port. So port means that is a place, there is a point. So that point we are using to connect external devices. So cables of external devices like keyboard, mouse, printer, monitor, etc. are plugged into these ports to attach them to a computer. We have connected keyboard, we have connected mouse, we have connected sound, we have connected printer. So that the place where we have connected, so that place is called as a port. Okay. So here I am going to end this session, so that remaining points we will see in a next video. Thank you for watching.